Hey friends, welcome to the channel. My name is Julia Brandt and I am Julia's Journeys. I am going to be documenting the makeover on this 2000 Chevy Roadtrek Class B RV. She is a 200 versatile. She looks pretty good. I just wanted to show you the video of me fixing the seat swivels. The thing that tends to happen in these older rigs is they start to get loose and wear down. So I did do the driver's side and didn't record it. So I did the passenger side the other day and recorded it. One thing I do want to mention in this video, I cut it out, but the spacer, we didn't grind it down quite far enough, and that's because Dad was tired of grinding. And Dad's pretty much the one that's going to ride in the passenger seat most often. We did do a test ride on it today, and it seemed fine. So enjoy the video. I would like and appreciate any feedback on the video editing. I'm still a work in progress, and you can check out the shorts as well. You can like and subscribe. I appreciate it, and have a beautifully blessed day. And here's the video. Peace. Okay, so the next project is to tighten up the swivel on the base of the passenger seat. I did the driver's seat the other day, but didn't record a darn thing. So for this project, you will need 2 wrenches, a 5/8 and a 3/4. And I've been using the box end, open end wrenches by hand, simply because of the area that you have to get into. And I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as the swivel. These are old units, so after time, this is a 24-year-old vehicle. The swivels tend to wear down inside, and then you have the spacer that is too thick. So what happens is you get a lot of wobble. Watch. This is the seat, and you can see how it wiggles and wiggles and wiggles. And there are 4 bolts holding the seat onto the swivel. Somebody has put spacers in this one on this side. I haven't checked the other side, but that's not the way to do it. You need a 5/8 and a 3/4, 2 wrenches. So the 5/8 will be for these, and then the 3/4 will be for further underneath. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. There is a YouTube video on this. Hi, me again. So that YouTube video will be linked down below in the description of this video. I must give credit where credit is due. It is Dave's Great Ideas, and the title of it is Van Life Canada Roadtrek Swivel Repair. So that link will be down below. Peace. But I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. I did follow how the guy did the YouTube video, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so first we're going to go in with the 5/8 and undo these 2 nuts from these bolts. This is probably the most tedious part. I could probably get in there with a socket. I'm going to go get a socket. Okay, I got a socket. And when you take your nuts off, you want to make sure you put them somewhere where you can find them when you're done and it's time to go back on. So I just put them up in the cup holder in the dashboard. So this was being blocked by the pedestal or the platform that the seat is mounted to. So I had to swivel it a little bit to clear it so that I could use this socket. And these things, these don't work. Those are the things you're supposed to be able to touch on your phone. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, let's go to the other side. I'm not going to film the other side, but I will film pulling the seat off, where I put the seat, etc., etc. Okay, I got all 4 bolts out, and what I'm going to do is just lift this seat off and put it directly on the passenger seat behind, which is right there, and that's where it's going to sit while we work on the other part of the mechanism. And it wants to come off already. So somebody put spacers on all 4 corners, thinking that that was the problem with the wobble. I'm sure of it, because the spacers are not needed. They're new spacers. They're not needed, and that's not the problem for the wobble. We'll get into it. So let me move this seat Okay, so now what you can see is the platform. All right, so this is the swivel platform. It's pretty dirty, it's old. So we're gonna take these guys off. These just are not necessary. They really aren't. You can see they're brand new. They're not necessary. All right, so now I'm gonna try to undo that one, and that's the 3/4. Double check. Yep, that's the 3/4. And here we go. And you can see that this has nothing to do with these corners. Gloves on, because I'm trying to protect my hands somewhat. All right. Oh, that was easy. All right. And this is a lock nut. All right. That should lift right off. Now on the other seat, unfortunately, because of wear and tear, this did not lift right off. I had to like unscrew it off, which it's not supposed to do that. And then you can see in here that this is the little spacer that is too high. So that prevents this part from tightening down and keeps this all wobbly. So we're just gonna lift this off and be vacuuming again. And then on the back side, we've got the ball bearings, and they look pretty good. There is some wear. After 24 years, the holes might look a little big, but we're not gonna replace the ball bearings. We didn't need to do that on the other seat. Maybe in another 24 years, but not now. And then we're just gonna take this guy right off, and Dad is going to grind it down, and then we'll put the seat back together. He uses a vice grip to hold this on while grinding down, because this piece does get very, very hot. So if you're gonna do this with a grinder, make sure that one, it's nice to have a little cup of water nearby to cool it off, but also use a vice grip or some other tool that will withstand the pressure from the grinder while grinding it, because this will get hot. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Through the magic of video, we now have the spacer that has been ground down. And we are going to put the grind side down so that if there's any unevenness, the pressure will go against this thing. So we're gonna put that sucker on there. It shouldn't thread, but it did. So, and then this notch is very important. That's where the swivel lock is. By the way, I vacuumed this up a little bit. And before I bolt everything, the seat back down, I'm gonna clean up the other side. We're gonna grab the piece that's over here, and we're going to put it back on the spacer. And we're going to get it locked in place. Okay, what's the dealio here? There we go. Okay. Not sure what this is. We're going to take this off, the schmutz. I cannot stress to you how, nice nails, how important it is to line up that notch with this. So now we're going to put this back on. What kind of schmutz was that? And then we're going to put the nut on. It's very important that you line up the holes. It might sound like a no-brainer, but the first time we did it to line up the holes, we didn't get them lined up properly. And 2 of them were lined up and 2 of them were not. All right, let's get this seat back on. And then in order to get the socket over these, you can swivel it. But for the most part, it's not going anywhere. Okay. Okay, I gotta go see if the other side is in there properly. So I'm gonna finger tighten these bolts and then tighten them up with the socket, and I'll only show you the two on this side because it's just easier for filming. Okay. Okay, I did it. This seat no longer has the big old wobble. It moves a little, but that's to be expected. It's not going to move while he's riding in it. So that's the seat swivel repair. Stay tuned, there's more to come. We're getting new tires tomorrow, windshield wipers, little pieces on the end of these rails that hold the curtains on. You can see this rail going across. There's this little plastic clip on the end. Anywho, I'll be back. Peace.